there's historical precedent from for what Jed York did. You said it's hasty. Kyle Shanahan's only had one winning season. In 2017, Doug Peterson was in his second season as a head coach. He had his first winning season. He won the Super Bowl, and the Eagles gave him an extension. So there's precedent for it. But the difference between that and this is Doug Peterson won the Super Bowl. Shanahan lost it. And two, and this is Big Dad, you may not know this, the same day they gave Doug Peterson an extension, they gave General Manager Howie Roseman an extension. And the owner, Jeffrey Lurie, comes out and gives a statement and says their partnership is what's important to our sustained success moving forward. And it's what brought a Super Bowl to Philadelphia. When the Niners gave Kyle Shanahan his extension, they did not give John Lynch an extension, and Jed York did not give a statement. He didn't give a press conference, a conference call, a written statement, nothing explaining why Shanahan and not Lynch. Because anything he said about Shanahan would be implied, does this not necessarily apply for Lynch? So it's similar to the Eagles, but different. And I'm with you on that. Let the guy win a Super Bowl.
Well, let's talk about Lynch now. I mean, this seems to me a separate topic and a really interesting topic. I think you laid it out beautifully. This is our second topic today. Why in the world would you not announce an extension for John Lynch the same day you announce an extension for the coach? So I don't mean to speak for you. I'll tell you what it means to me, and please
do.
Then you'll talk. Well, first of all, it leads to concern, and if you're a fan, worry. I don't worry about those things, but it certainly caught me up short when I saw only Shanahan but not Lynch. It seems to me it could imply, I'm not there, I don't know, it could imply that ownership is not happy with Lynch. They feel he's disposable and the coach isn't. It could imply even worse. The coach and general manager don't get along, and the coach wants all the power.
Well, let me interject real quick. There was a report last year that there was strife between John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, and they laughed it off, but now we see what's going on. Okay, keep going.
Well, we see what may be going on.
Right.
If the ownership, and this means Jed York, were shrewd, and I always have my doubts about him, he would have announced an extension for both of them the same time.
Just like the Eagles did.
Just like the Eagles did. And then there's no second guessing. Mm-hmm. Now he's got a melodrama on his team. And I think it's the worst thing he could have done. Now, I read on Twitter, people write, well, they're probably negotiating with John Lynch and they're going to announce an extension soon. Then they could have waited a week and done it at the same time.
Because it's all about a partnership. And that's what the Eagles said. We're not rewarding either one of you. You did it together, and we're extending you together. You have to do it together. And by not doing it together, they're sending a message to John Lynch, and we're all trying to interpret it. And eventually, they're going to have to say what exactly they're doing, because it's a big question. And the way here's how I interpret it. Shanahan just took power from John Lynch. That's how I see it. Shanahan's now on the team through 2025, and Lynch isn't. So if Lynch gets another deal from the 49ers, it's probably going to be up to Shanahan. Shanahan's going to say, yeah, keep him, or no, don't. That's how I interpret it, and I don't know if I'm right, but it seems to me like Shanahan just got a whole lot of power, and John Lynch probably lost some.
And it raises a question.
Yeah.
It raises a really, really important question. Is he ready for the power?
Well, let's not go there just yet. I want to say one more thing about what John Lynch is potentially facing. Shanahan just took power. 2 weeks ago on a conference call with Bay Area reporters, when he was talking about race in America, he said the way the NFL can do its part is by having more black general managers. He said that. Okay? So John Lynch's number 2 guy, Martin Mayhew, is black and has been a general manager. I mean, he has experience. So what you could think is John Lynch is a figurehead anyway, partially. Kyle Shanahan mostly picks the players. Maybe he would like a different figurehead now. Maybe John Lynch isn't suiting them anymore. That's the way it could look to me. That maybe John Lynch was good for them from 2017 to 2020, but they're going to go in a different direction with their figurehead general manager. Is that a cynical way to look at it?
No, I think it's a plausible way to look at it. It doesn't mean it's the only way. I would amend one thing.
Sure.
I don't know Mayhew. Maybe they feel he wouldn't be a figurehead, that he has more expertise in that area than Lynch.
Good point.
It's possible.
Good point.
Again, we're not with Shanahan. I've never met him. I don't know. He's honest about his players.
Yes.
Who knows if he's devious or not about these kind of things? It would be really nice to talk to John Lynch off the record and find out what he thinks about all of this. But again, it raises questions they didn't have to do. So I am extremely interested in this and think the Niners created a situation they didn't need to.
Right. And until the 49ers come out and say, John Lynch is incredibly valuable to us, he's going to stay around here a long time, these questions are going to hang over him and the team.
And the team created it.